All right. Hello, 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 trending gist lovers. Welcome, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so just yesterday, we were here talking about Alex Ekubo. He is a Nollywood actor and his American model fiance. Sorry, let me take down the sound of this phone because the interview we're going to be looking at is on this phone, so hence I have it here. Anyway, so yes, just yesterday we were talking about it, and I was saying that at this point, Alex Ekubo's girlfriend, okay, sorry, ex-fiance, right? They're fighting, so I guess they're no longer together. So we'll just call her ex, right? So Alex Okubo's fiance, Fancy Acholonu, I was like, she needs to grant an interview. I didn't even know that as when I was even saying this already, a blogger, because if you've watched that video, if you've not even watched that live stream, it is on my channel. Go and watch it for yourself, okay? I'm not just blabbing. And I said she needs to, because she looks like the bad person right now, because Alex Ekubo has still not spoken out and he might not say anything, okay? And she's busy in comment section responding and all of that. Anyways, I suggested Daddy Freeze, but she chose another famous, when you're talking about Nigerian bloggers, this lady is also famous. uh it's none other than Stella Dimokokos. Now I'm going to spell out Stella's name. Like yesterday when we were doing our analysis, we were reading from Linda Ikeji's blog. A lot of people know Linda Ikeji. The name is easy. You can easily find it. So if you want to go read this for yourself, it is on Stella Dimokokos blog. So you can spell Stella, right? So I will just spell the surname that is kind of complicated. So if you want to go on Instagram and search it out, you can get it. So Stella Dimokokos. Dimokokos is Dimokokorkus. So Stella Dimokokos. Hello, Mickey Kogan. I see you. I see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So, like I was saying, for those of you that might not know who these people are, Alex Ekubo is a Nollywood actor, and his fiance Fancy is actually a model based in the US. Okay, so there's been a whole lot going on. So the interview is on Stella Dimokoku's blog, and she titled it Part 1, 2, and 3. I don't know how people show their screen. Every time it's so bright you can't even see. So it's Part 1, 2, and 3. If you go to Stella Dimokoku's blog on Instagram, she pinned it at the top. So that's the first 3 posts you will see on her Instagram page, and she titled them as Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and we're going to go through all 3 of them so you can draw your conclusion. Today I'm not going to be doing analysis up until the end. So welcome, and those of you that are going to be watching the replay, you are also welcome. If you love trending G, celebrity gossip and whatnot, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you can join us when we're live like this, or join us on a video when we upload the video. That being said, let's dive right in, because this is kind of an update and I don't want the live stream to be too long, so people that are going to be watching the replay will be able to catch up also. Okay, so let us go. Official Stella Dimokokos posted this on her Instagram, and she said, this is an exclusive interview, and I'm reading from her blog. So, this is an exclusive interview with actor Alex Okubo's US-based ex-fiance, Fancy Achalonu. She tells Stella Dimokokos that she did not break up with Alex because of his sexuality, and explained a lot of things, including their chats that leaked. And here Stella titled, according to when she's asking a question, she will put her name Stella, and when Fancy is responding, she will put Fancy's name. So that's how I'm going to be reading it. So Stella, hello Fancy, can we talk? I am a journalist. Fancy responded, hey Stella, happy new year. Sure, what would you like to discuss? And she said, please, LMK. What is that? These days they abbreviate a whole lot. Anyway, Stella went ahead and said, about all of this stuff going on, do you want to grant me an interview? I was really excited and looking forward to you and Alex's reconciliation, but it looks like that's not happening anytime soon. What went wrong? I will understand if you don't want to talk, but I would advise you do. And Fancy responded, I have seen your blog before. It's positive, especially when you speak of Alex and I. So this is a very devastating. So this is very devastating. I feel like speaking up makes me look bad, but so does my silence. I have never done an interview about this. I choose silence, but Alex continued to want me to make public apologies, and it's hurting me in so many ways. I have never shared reasons why I left. I know he has an image to protect, for him to look cool, but this last apology statement we wrote together broke me, and it was just all for revenge from him to clear his image and ruin mine. The next, Stella now asked, "Why did you break off your engagement, Fancy?" And Fancy responded by saying, "Okay, there are so many reasons I ended it. It's very personal. I don't want to embarrass him or myself further. If I say why, people will say, well, how obvious was that? And you ignored the red flag." Hmm. Fancy, she's not saying much, but she's actually saying something. Okay, she said, people say, how obvious was that? But you ignored the red flags. We tried to reconcile. I asked for us to do it privately, get counseling. He disagreed. Even his family and friends said privately would be better, but he needed the grand gesture apology so he can have the grand wedding he wanted again. Not caring the issue was still there. Everything is about social media for him and how it's now looking like I want the attention when this is the worst attention I have ever had in my life. I have a full-time job, clients, family, business, etc. This was what I wanted to avoid. He ruined every chance of us being back together by thinking humiliating me will make me still love him. Well, Elegant, you are welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We're here analyzing some celebrity saga here. So this is actually where the part one ended. So now we're going to move over to the second part, the continuation. So let's read this. Let's open this, and Stella title this as part two. Part two said, "Now I'm hearing my breakup text has leaked. I sent it to my close people at the time of the breakup. They are so upset with Alex and how he treated me that I know they leaked it. We would have married quietly and moved on. Now everyone now everyone is in our business. So here comes the sabotage because they feel he's bad for me based on everything they know." And then Stella now asked another question saying, "So there is no chance of reconciliation?" Fancy said, "No." Stella now asked another question and said, "Now let me ask you straight up. There has been much talk going around since you broke up with Alex. They say you found out that he swings both ways." I love the fact that Stella asked this question. Kudos to you, Stella Demokokos. And she said that he swings both ways. If it's not true, at least correct that impression that your breakup caused. It would only be fair to him. And Fancy responded, "We can't. It's too messy. I tried my best. He wanted to get back with me as much as I did. We have been at this for 1 year, but he felt since I broke up with him, I should do more of the work. I was fine with that, but his methods are cruel and constantly public. His sexuality is not the reason I broke up with him. I'm very open-minded, so regardless of what he prefers, love is love for me." Wow, this is deep. Okay. "I love him for his personality and heart, nothing more. He didn't want to be with me. He didn't want to be with me. Um, what I don't understand what they're writing. He didn't want to be with me intimate. The word intimate. Okay, he didn't want to be with me intimately, which was confusing and difficult for me to understand, especially for 5 years. So it did affect my self-esteem as I kept myself for him. And when he would cheat with curvy women, he wouldn't perform with them either. So I don't know. I can't confirm or deny his sexuality, but for me, I loved him despite all, and he still found ways to hurt me. She's really talking. She said she doesn't want to spill, but she's spilling. Okay. And then Stella asked, dated 5 years and no intimacy. Did you confirm he was cheating? Caught him or you were told? And Fancy said, yes, that is embarrassingly true. When I met him, I didn't have much experience, so it was easy to convince me that his decision was because of religion. But as he would constantly cheat, and yes, I caught him, it would hurt me because that's not part of the that's not part of the religious belief he made our celibacy to be. Honestly, this whole thing has been complicated beyond words, so it's unhealthy for me to continue this relationship. I guess I needed this post. He begged me to DP so that I can see his intention was just to clean up his image. So let's go to part 3. So that was the end of part 2. So let's jump right into part 3, which is the final part. So on this part, it started with, I am truly sorry I ever posted a breakup message. It's a guilt that has haunted me, and he plays on that. I can't fix the past, but his constant punishment, even though my life in their in the truth statement. Okay, well, she's saying is there's no lie, even though it's a truth statement. I think there are some mistakes here in this write-up. I'm not mistaken. This embarrassment is not something I deserve. And Stella asked, and from the breakup text, it looks like you were the one to pay for the wedding. This is another good question that Stella Demococcus asked, and Stella asked her. And from the breakup text, it looks like you were the one to pay for the wedding. Both of you were to have. Fancy responded, "You have seen it." She didn't say yes or no, but she said you have seen it. And for me, an answer like you have seen it simply means yes, I was to pay for it. And you were okay with that also, Fancy? Okay, moving on. So Stella said, yes, I have. Then Fancy continued and said, I'm so embarrassed, but everything in that message is true. At that time, I was angry and sent it to close people, and when they saw it, they were shocked. It's bad because with all that I still wanted to go back to him because I loved him. But it being so public has made it impossible to repair this. And Stella asked, do you think too many outsiders are involved in this? Have both families intervened? Fancy responded, way too many. My family does not want him anymore in our family. They know too much. They were in support of the reconciliation if it was private, but his tit for tat was concerning. That August statement not being enough was concerning. He only focused on my reaction, never on the action. That's also deep. And Stella asked another question. One last thing. Say something to Alex through this interview. Talk to him through me. And Fancy said, honestly, I don't know what to say to him. This has to be the most devastating thing I have ever been through. And for it to be so public, I pray we both find healing and peace because it won't be an easy journey. One breakup statement shouldn't have led to all of this. I wish I never said anything, but I am human. I was fed up with good reasons. I pray he doesn't only focus on people's reaction, but evaluate his actions too. I also pray he learns to be real and more forgiving with his next person, and not to be so consumed with having the perfect image because it's draining to keep that up. My mental health can't tolerate our relationship anymore. And Stella said, wow, catch a hug from me, Sissy. Thank you for opening up to me. I pray you both find closure from this. And Fancy responded by saying, no problem. There's been report that he blocked me on social media. That's not true. That would be really bad on him. I don't want people to think that. He just revealed himself. So that was the end of it. So I feel like it just goes to show when we said this lady was just a naive lady that really didn't know better. Like she said, she has not been dating much. She doesn't know much. So he's like, whatever he told her, in her own opinion, was, there's no reason to cross check. She just believed everything, talking about the celibacy and all of that. And yesterday, when we did our analysis, I was saying, how did she know? Because at the same time, she was saying she dated him for 5 years and um, they were never intimate throughout the. So I was like, how did she know that he was also cheating? But here she just clarified it that he actually you know, did because she caught him with curvy women, according to her explanation here. And but then she's saying that even with those curvy women, he never ever got intimate. So maybe it was kind of emotional cheating, like he was more, kind of chatting and all these nasty kind of text messages that men will always send to women, and the women were also entertaining all of it. And maybe she saw all of those either maybe physically or through his phone or whatever means, that she came to know about that. But then, okay, so I don't miss any. And listen, so if that is the case, why is it that you still wanted to come back? Or, well, because she's still on this interview, she still didn't say if he was the one that contacted her first or she was the one that contacted him for this second makeup and whatnot that they started talking about, writing this public apology and all of that. So I'm just thinking out loud, what is going on, Fancy? Like, how did you, oh, like you said, you ignored all the red flags even though you thought he wasn't straight. So still, through her answers, it still shows that there is still something. Like they said, there is no smoke without fire. It still shows that there's still something, because she said she cannot confirm that he's not straight, but at the same time she cannot say, she cannot say yes, he's not straight, and she cannot say no, he is straight. So there's still something there. So that means Fancy must have seen a lot, because she said, despite all of those things that she saw, she had heard, because she said the rumor had been there even before she came in, before she started dating him, first started seeing him. So my question is, even with all of that, you were okay to still be his wife, and even when you were supposed to be the one paying for the wedding, which is very strange, okay? Which is really, really strange if you ask me. And that's why I felt like Alex is so manipulative. Alex is cunning. Alex is it's just not a straightforward person. He found someone that was just naive, someone that didn't know much, someone that didn't know better, and he just banked on that and decided he was going to, fool around. Because take for instance, do you think Alex will be able to do this with someone in the industry that he's in Nollywood? Let's say one of those Nollywood ladies is going to grab that and then person, you sponsor a wedding, you do this, you apologize, you do this one, you do that one. Alex won't be able to do that. But I believe he met this lady, saw this lady, chat her up, whichever way they met, started talking, and he just realized that she is not that experienced, she doesn't know much, she's still naive, and she's just coming into she's someone that will go into a relationship with open heart and will not question anything. So he knew he could play on her intelligence, and that's exactly what Alex did. That's why he was even able to lure her to create this message after she has blasted him. He wanted the payback, and she still didn't see. She thought he was still in love with her. Maybe Alex never even loved this lady from the beginning. Okay, she's the model, and I believe she's making good money for herself, even if it might not be, let's say, even if it's not as big as Alex is. But there is just so much with this lady, okay, that Alex would love to get entangled with. So I think that was just an opportunity for Alex. When Alex saw that, Alex was like, oh, bon, I don't catch big fish, something like that. I don't catch big fish, and that was just it for Alex. And Alex went in with full head and used all his ideas, sweet mouth, and movie acting skills of all of that, and just played this lady, and she fell flat. I'm glad that things turned out this way, because if she had not blasted him online, that first time that he had to make her to come apologize, she might have, by now we would have been talking about their wedding. And I just wonder what the hell this lady would have gone through in her marriage. She's still in her 20s, and she's going to get married to someone that for 5 years he has not even been intimate with her. That's not, that you can't even call that a relationship, you can't even call that a marriage. Okay, so for the rest of her life, that's how she's going to be, while he's out there chatting and having fun with coffee women. But while the wife he has in the house, he just abandons her and not even caring to do like his, you know, what he's supposed to do by taking care of his wife at home. So it's just terrible. And thinking of how he wanted a big wedding. If you want a big wedding, you should be the one sponsoring it, since it's your idea. Because Fancy is saying she wanted just a small thing with family and friends, and that's it. No, Alex wanted world class, but at the same time, he was expecting her to sponsor. But while he was out there getting masters and I don't know how many degrees he was getting in different universities, all of that. So it really does make sense with everything she has explained. It just goes to show, because someone that is saying, come on, Fancy lives in US, and US is a place where you can be anything you want to be. If you're a human, you decide that tomorrow you want to wake up and they should address you as an animal, they will do so. You can be a boy, you want to change to a girl the next day, they will just, quickly accept and not even question. So people, kids that grow up in societies and places like that, you know, are kind of used to those things, because they start seeing them from when they didn't even understand anything, up until when they'll start going to school. They will see in their school up to college and everything. So Fancy, and in the industry, she's a model, so there are even more of them in the entertainment industry and all of that. So modeling industry and all of that, you see fashion designers, even very famous ones that are not straight, and everything. So there is just so many people that she has met in her life. So I don't think that was even a thing. So she's saying, I do agree with her when she's saying that despite that rumor, for her, she didn't really care. She really loved him. She cared about him. And that was all that mattered. If he was straight, he wasn't straight, she didn't care. But the thing is, Alex, you messed up. And you being quiet this time is not even going to help you. She still didn't spill so much. But the way that Stella Dimokokos asked some of the questions and the way she responded, if you read in between the lines, you can just see everything. It's clear, and it is glaring that mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Alex, from the beginning, you wanted to use this lady, and people like you are always good in fishing out those vulnerable people, those people that you see that are not too smart, that are not street. She might be smart in, school. She might be able to go to school, write an exam, get the best result and everything. But the lady is just not street smart, because first of all, when you call off a relationship like that, and the way you called it off, going back is a no, no, no. It doesn't matter what you feel. Going back is a no, no, no. Okay, that's the first thing that Fancy should have thought of, because going back, you should know that that person must, directly, indirectly, how many years it will take, some way, someday, that person will pay you back in your own coin, or even worse than the breakfast you serve them. So when you finish serving someone breakfast, don't go back. You should have known that Alex was getting ready. You came out online and blasted him, and he is an online persona. He has this persona he's portraying online. There's no way Alex is going to let it go. He didn't spend all those money trying to look all wealthy, look all chop like gang, look all this, getting all those degree and everything for no reason. Like you said, he believes and wants to protect his online persona. So you should have seen that that one is a no, no, no. Once he said do it publicly, you should have just known that after you finish doing it, he would have still dumped you. That is one. If he didn't dump you, if Alex married you, you would be the one apologize every day, every day, every day. And that marriage would have been so horrible, because every time something comes up, he will bring it up. Are you not the one that said this? Didn't you do a public apology? He will pull up that public, because the internet never forgets. So these posts that you've made, they will always be, even if you delete it, everybody deletes, it will still be there. Okay. So you should have just known better. But anyway, sometimes people learn from other people's mistake. Some people learn from their own mistake. So this is you learning from your own mistake. And I believe the next relationship you're going to go into, you will be able to notice the red flags early. And if you have to run, you run. Okay. you know So when you see red flags, at least you'll be able to recognize them. That's just all. I want to keep this live stream short, and I saw this on Stella Demokokos. I was like, oh, okay. So she really did spoke. And I think at this point, no need to respond to more messages. You've spoken, at least you've granted your interview to one of the bloggers. People going to see it, people going to read about it, other people will even react to it, just like I'm doing, you know. So I think that is that. People will draw their conclusion and just don't say anything anymore, but make sure you move on. It doesn't matter if Alex come to your house crying, rolling on the floor or whatnot, threatening that he's going to buy himself if you don't take him back. Never look back. Just keep going forward, because this is bad news. You know, when you say something's bad news, Alex is a bad news, because for him to cajole you, say, let's do this, draft it this way, do this one, and after you did, he came out and wrote that stuff that you wouldn't even respond to a stranger like that. If a stranger is apologizing to you, that's not even how you're going to respond to the person. That's how Alex responded to you. So just move on and don't even pay attention. One day he's going to meet his match, and that will be it. I'll quickly talk about what's his name? Someone that was taking, Vanessa, you are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining, sis. So now we're going to move over to someone that is supporting Alex, and I think it is really ridiculous. I will try to see. I'll try to see if I can check on the blogs and I find that this thing. Okay, Vanessa said, hi host, hi everyone. Move on, okay. No. What are you of the opinion that she should go back to Alex? No, that's that's bad news. Oh, okay. See you later. All right. So are you of the opinion that this person should go back? I don't think so. If you ask me, I don't think so. Anyway, let me go back to Instagram. I want to pull up a post that I saw today, which is Nkechi Blessing. This is also Nollywood person that had that broke up, I say broke up, had that terrible breakup with her ex, that is called something Falagon or Falagon. I know, something like that. Yeah, I'll find his full name. I'll find the post. Hold on. Um, let me see. I'm looking for Linda Ikeji, because Linda Ikeji is following the story back to back. So I believe Linda Ikeji would have shared it. Now, these two people, while I'm looking for the post, let me just be giving you backstory about about the person I want to talk about next. This Falagon guy had, you know, um, was it not on Linda Ikeji's blog? I saw that thing. Ikechi's Blessings X post. I thought it was on Linda Ikeji. So which blog carried it? Okay. I found it. Okay. Yup. Okay, his name is Okpeyemi. Yes, that's the part of the name I wanted to remember. His name is Okpeyemi Falagon something, right? Yeah, I hope I'm not murdering that name. My Yoruba people are hello. If I'm murdering the name, sorry. So he wrote something, and I think what he wrote is just ridiculous. This is a guy taking sides with Alex Ekubo. Now, I'm not saying people should not take sides, but it is obvious, okay, if you analyze what you've heard, because nobody's stopping Alex from speaking out. So if Alex is not speaking out, not saying his own part of the story, of which I believe if he comes out, he's even going to lie about it, you know, it is ridiculous. And judging from everything that is on ground, it is obvious that this girl is naive, this girl is inexperienced, nothing is just working in favor of this girl. I feel sorry for her, okay, which is fancy, you know. I feel sorry for this fancy lady, because Alex cannot try this with any of those Nollywood ladies that their eyes are still 360. You get? He just picked on someone that he knows is naive, someone that will not catch up on this whole thing until when the person, when it's too late, when he would have married the person. Because how can you be talking about big wedding yet somebody is supposed to sponsor, the lady is supposed to sponsor the wedding for you? For Nigeria, it doesn't say only woman go to sponsor wedding, except that those ones who don't hold well, then the one married by force by fire. This one is a very young girl, so you can't even put that anyway. So this guy had dirty breakup with another Nollywood actress. Her name is Nkechi Blessing Sunday, and they were dragging each other. And if you see how this particular guy that is supporting Alex Ekubo talks, then you will know that it's somebody like this that can support Alex Ekubo. Because this guy came out dragging Ikechi Blessing, how Ikechi Blessing doesn't wear underwears. First of no, how Ikechi Blessing's underwears are dirty. She will not wash them for weeks. He will beg her to go take a shower. She will not bathe for weeks. He dragged her like, even though Nkechi Blessing was someone that has no shame. That one, she was even the one that came out and said, look, he's lying because I don't even wear undies. He went from undies are dirty and they're not washed for 1 week to I don't wear undies. So it was a dirty breakup, welcome back, Vanessa. It was a dirty, very nasty one, and it just didn't end. These two, they always drag themselves online. Nkechi Blessing went to a wedding after months after they broke up. The lady went to a wedding where she was dancing on stage, twerking, and all of that. He came out, started insulting her again. Like, the guy never minds his business. The guy has no shame. That's another gold digger, and now he thinks he has an opinion. So let's read what he posted. So he calls himself honorable. Some people said it's a politician without a constituency. Anyway, so he calls himself honorable. Well, maybe he's planning to be a politician, or he's a politician. Let's just give him the benefit of doubt. So he calls himself Honorable Falagon official. So he said calling him names and bracket back short. Okay, when you haven't heard his own part of the story is unacceptable, unreasonable, offensive, and also beyond the pale. Lies sell more on social media than the facts. Have been, that he's talking about himself, I've been a victim of lies on social media and I know how it feels. Not having sex for years shows his high moral standard, which to me requires a reasonable level of appropriateness, fitness, suitability, morality, virtues, modesty, purity, quite worthy of emulation. And then open bracket, sperm retention, close bracket. Open bracket, a king, I stand, close bracket. This is what he posted, and people in the comment section were not having it. They were like, if people are going to say something, you are not one of those, okay? And someone here said, you must talk because Nkechi talk, Mitrono, a king, I stand, my foot, honorable 2K100 people. So people are really coming for this guy. Another one said, Oga, your biggest achievement was dating Nkechi. So we are not surprised. Now, men like you, they make good women regret lowering their standard for sapa men. Okay. Another one said, Lord, birds of same feather. Oga, we know what you are talking about. Okay, now. Another person responded and said, Nkechi is coming to attack soon. And someone said, as you see Nkechi post now, they must show. So everybody in the this thing, another one said Falagon Zukwanike Supporters Club Limited. So everybody here back to back is just not agreeing to what he said, and I think it does make sense because right now Alex might think that he's playing a smart one by being all quiet and not responding. But look, guy, it has already been stated that you are not straight. So people are going to be looking at you with that eye. And some person might argue that what's wrong with that? It's no big deal anyway. Well, I don't know what part of the world where you are. Where you are, it might be no big deal. But where Alex is based, it is a big deal because as of now, I don't know any African country that has actually legalized that. And certainly, if I will not speak for all of the 50 something plus countries that, African countries, I can speak for West Africa. None of the West African countries has done that. And Alex Ekubo is from West Africa, from Nigeria. And that will be one of the last country that is going to legalize something like that, because they're very religious and they feel like, it is wrong, it's against their beliefs and all of that. So being a celebrity, being someone that is out there, it is a big deal. It's a big deal. If they would have said he cheated, that one, a lot of people have been accused of that. So it's almost like a normal thing now worldwide, of you hear women cheating, men cheating, this one and that and that and that. So it's not like a norm. It's no longer a strange thing, okay? Talking about that, that will bring us to our next life, where we're going to be talking about one that happened in the US, okay? Where a side chick was busy liking photos of a family. Like, the side chicks are getting brutal, but that would be another one. But so I'm just saying, cheating is something that you hear every day from all corners of the world, all corners, from all continents, all countries, you will hear this type of things. So, but this particular one, from where he's coming from, this one will really, okay, sis, no problem. So this will really, really be on him for a very long time. Okay, even the next person he's going to date might want to do, if the person is smart, the person might want to do a deep dive into Alex's life, get a PI, get a private investigator to investigate Alex, to really see if Alex, and he has this gang that they are always very close. And I think that is where the investigation is going to start from. Are they just real normal guy friends, or they are more than friends? Because one of them had issues, and now we're hearing it seemed like the other one too had issues with his wife. Although I didn't see that one on, I didn't see any post online. Maybe I missed it when that saga happened. I was not online. So it's kind of fishy that their chop life gang, something is always going on with their wives. Their wives is always coming out to out them on something. So I feel like the next person that is going to date Alex Ekubo, it's going to want to do a deep dive into Alex's life to see what is going on. So Alex, you might have been playing this game and so many times you've escaped, but this time it is on you. You might have won this time also, if we're talking about you and Fancy, because Fancy did not, I don't know, she just was not smart enough. You were just too smart for her. But I believe this will give other people lessons to buckle up. And once you go to ask them out, they will wait. Is he trying to use me as a cover up? Let me dig in deep to know the kind of person he is before I say yes, before I get into anything to do with him. You get? Because for Fancy to say I cannot, because I believe there's a reason why the blogger Stella Dimokokos asked the direct question: can you at least debunk the story flying around that one of the reasons, or the reason why you broke up with him, was because he is not a straight man? At least it will only be fair that you clear that for him. And she said, it's too messy. For somebody to tell you it's too messy, I mean, she must have seen something, and she doesn't want to implicate herself. She answered the question in a very smart way. And if you are a smart person, you will be able to read in between the lines to just draw conclusion that she has seen something. Because remember, she also pointed out that even though he was cheating with those curvy women, he never got down with them. So it was another form of cheating. It wasn't a sexual, intercourse thing, it wasn't anything of such. It never got to that level. Even maybe if they were smooching or what, he never ever did anything intimate with those people also. So it wasn't as if it was only her. Maybe he likes them curvy. She's not. Or she's a model. She's skinny. She's on the skinny side and all of that. So I'm just thinking, if she's not your spec, well, why is it that some men do this? Why do you go for women that are not your spec? If you like those women with big boobs, big ass, big whatnot, why don't you go marry that type and keep in your house, instead of you going outside to cheat and follow this type of people, and then the person you have in the house is totally different in their looks and all of that, but then you're out there with coffee. Because it's not just by chance that Fancy is saying, even as he's cheating with those curvy, because she used the word curvy, you know And Stella, the blogger Stella asked her, is it something that you heard, like someone told you that he's cheating, or you caught him? And she said she did. Go on Stella Dimokoku's blog if you've not seen it and read the whole part 1, part 2, part 3 interview that she did with the lady, and you hear it for yourself. And I feel like at this point, Fancy is still trying to protect the image of Alex in to an extent. She doesn't really want to out him with everything she has, because remember, she's even saying that the text messages that were leaked online, that people were reading about, was not released by her, but that she only sent it to some close persons, as she knows that because those close persons are upset of what Alex did, that's why they leaked it. That she believes that they were the ones that leaked it, because they were the only people that she sent. She didn't say their names, but she said they were the only people that she had sent that text message of her communication with Alex. So it just goes to show at this point, why is Alex still silent? What kind of image are you protecting at this point? If you ask me, there's no image left. There's nothing left. There's nothing there that you're protecting. So just come out and address, your people. At least your fans deserve it. People that are not your fans, they don't care anyway. People that won't believe you won't believe you. For me, I feel like with everything it looks bad for you, as much as she too, she didn't try. She didn't do her proper investigation and whatnot. So she didn't try on her own part, and you knew it that she wouldn't do those investigation. You knew that you could outsmart her, and that's why you did what you did. Like I said, I'm not going to keep this live for too long, because it's an update. Yesterday, I know I was up here with some of the hosts. I had Oyoyo's World. I had Spice It Up with Onwadia. I had Treasure Gist, and we were talking. And Oyoyo's World was of the opinion that Chance, Fancy, I said Chancey, Fancy should just stop talking, zip up, and just go back inside, and that should be the end of it. That the internet will stop talking. And I was of the opinion that she should come out and grant an interview. And I was suggesting Daddy Freeze, and I said the only reason why I'm suggesting Daddy Freeze is because Daddy Freeze is super active online, and Daddy Freeze has a huge following. And Daddy Freeze is someone that when he's live streaming, he goes live on so many platforms. Okay, he's going live on YouTube, and at the same time Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know which other apps that he's on. These are just the three that I follow him on. So these are the three that I know that he's always on. So I feel like if she would grant interview, it would have gone viral. As at when I was talking, I didn't even know that this particular post was on, or maybe listen after, because it was afterward, after my live stream was when I saw it. I didn't even know it was already on Stella Dimokoku's blog. Some persons, Stella Dimokoku's is kind of also famous in blogging, but some persons don't know Stella. So I think when people are thinking of finding gist, they will just want to type likes of Linda Ikeji, what's the other blog? Tunde Edunot, and then this gist lover that just came in and scattered everywhere. And some other blogs that people just want to type. Stella Dimokokus might not cross people's mind, but Stella has been on some saga and all of that. Stella has been trending so many times because she's another blogger that gives it basketballs, and spilling stuff on people and all of that, and having fights with people online, but I feel like maybe because of her name is kind of difficult. So sometimes her name might not come to your mind when you're thinking of where you really want to quickly go read up something on a blog. So anyway, that being said, that's the update. And let us see if Fancy will still be talking even after this interview that she granted Stella Dimokokos. And let's see if Alex would respond. But I doubt, because he still has not spoken. He still has not posted anything outside his normal business and normal all of those stuff that he does. If you check his Instagram page. So that was it. After that short response, he's not even acting like anything is going on. If you go on, you find his grandmother's something funeral or something where he talked about how he went with Arochuku or something like that, and that's all you see. And him posting about his brand deals and all of that, advertising his Odogu bitters and all of that, but he doesn't really care about hinting or that he's going to speak. But if he does, why not? We will come here and also share his own part of the story. We only have to be fair in sharing our story. So thank you all so very much. I've been analyzing this for 44 minutes. I don't want it to be too long. I just love my live stream to be anywhere under 1 hour or less, so that people that are coming to watch the replay will be able to catch up. And whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section and let us know what you think about this celebrities saga that is going on presently between Alex Okubo and, will I call the fiancé now, ex fiancé. So let me know. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Nessa. Um, Thank you, Elegant. Thank you, Mickey Kogan. Thank you, all my silent watchers. I saw you people coming in and leaving. If you don't say hi, I won't be able to know who you are. But I know most of you just love to come in if it's a topic. And people you see on the thumbnail are people you like. You just come in and stay in the background and just listen. And you don't say hi or anything. So we mostly don't know who those people are. But I say thank you to each and every one of you. My throat is dry. I need some water. I didn't grab one. I knew I was going to make this very quick. So anyway, thank you all so very much. We might be coming live again, but I don't know. Just all depends on what is on. If not, see you all tomorrow or see you all on our next video. Thank you so very much and have a nice day. Bye, just lovers. Bye, trending news lovers. That's the update, and this is me saying bye. See you later. Okay, that would